Hi and welcome to my first Q&A video. Now you've had 3 days to comment in the comment section all of your questions that you've wanted to ask me, and it has reached 277 comments. Now of course these are not all comments, but this will be more than enough for now, so I'm going to put this video unlisted and then save the changes. Now the first question is going to be from myself, and that is, why did I diss on Soup's quest guides in my announcement video? This was quite unnecessary, right? Now as you can hear at the moment, as well as in my other videos, I have a very monotone voice, and not only that, but also my emotions are very monotone. I wanted to make the video a bit more fun by adding a little joke, and that was literally the first thing that I came up with. Was it a good or a smart joke? No. Did it backfire? Not as of now, not yet. So this is my quick response, so now let's go to the comments. I have put here all the comments on newest first, and let's go all the way to the bottom, and the first question here is from Arctic. How old are you? My answer will be I am in my 20s at the moment. Second question, when did you start playing RS and who got you into it? When would be between the year change of 2006 to 2007, so pretty much 10.5 years ago already. And who got me into it was my brother. Where do you work? Currently I am working as a camera assistant here in Belgium, but this is just as a trainee because I have to do some trainee jobs for my school. Next question, favorite anime? That's an easy one. I don't have one. Now Gmail, what I suggest you to do is I will put a link in the description to myanimelist.net, and there I will be linking you my current anime list, and if you just click on the score, then it will sort this list from my highest score to the lowest one. And I do not have a favorite anime, but I do have some favorites of a specific genre, and as you can see, these ones that I gave 10 out of 10 for are my definite favorites of a specific genre. My favorite thriller currently is Monster, and Madoka Magica and NHK ni Yokoso would be my favorite psychological anime. Now, I don't get happy easily, but the same goes with sadness. I don't get sad easily. But this one, Anohana, this is a drama anime, my favorite one. This made me pretty much cry like a bitch. Oh, this was sad. Overlord is my favorite action one, and then Saiki no Psynan and Prison School are my favorite two comedy series, especially Prison School. Every freaking episode I was literally laughing my ass off loudly. What made you want to create quest guides? Now first a little backstory of me of how I have played RuneScape. I think somewhere in 2007 or 8 I already stopped playing on my first ever created account, and I just started a new one. And on that new account, which was free to play of course, I made a rune pure without even knowing what the hell that it was. And ever since that I just kept making new accounts, especially one defense pures. And somewhere back in 2010 or 2009 I needed to have a Tarn's lair guide, so I looked it up on YouTube and there was a guide. And his account was one defense, and that just got me thinking, because I have made so many one defense accounts or just different kinds of pures, and I just did all kind of quests over and over and over again. Why can't I just make quest guides for pures? And that is just how it started. Okay, next question. How much time does it take to make a guide, like preparation? Now therefore I can just go to my latest quest guides. I have remade on my 10 HP Iron Man, Taibo One Eye Trio and Rat Catches. So let's just go to Taibo One Eye Trio and open up, oh that's the thumbnail, and let's just open up the Word document. First I just go to either my own quest guide that I've made earlier, and if I've not made one I will just go to the 007 Wikia as well as Rune HQ. And then I just write everything down, whatever you need, and every time you need to go from place A to B I just go back to the top and then just add it to the teleports, or what is the best way to do it. Yeah, I just keep writing down everything until the quest is completed. Now I could also show you rat catchers if you want to. It is pretty much the same identical thing. Everything is just written down. This is my personal written quest guide for a certain quest, and that is what I do for every single quest. And after I've done that, I just start recording it. And then I just have this Word document open when I am recording me doing the quest live. So that is also why there are a lot of cuts in my quest guides, because everything is done with live commentary. And after that it is time for some editing, and that job takes the longest. Oh my god, because my English is so terrible, my sentence forming is terrible. Not only in English, but just in my native language of Dutch as well. I'm not really good at expressing myself verbally, so I'll have to spend a lot of time editing to make myself more fluently. And after the editing is done, it is time to render, and while I'm rendering I usually make my thumbnail, and then it's time to upload. Now, how much time does it make for me to make a guide? So from wanting to make one up until the upload. Now that all depends on the certain quest. Now I have here a little map of my newest Cyber One Night Trio guide, which on YouTube is 33 minutes long. So this document for step number 1, making my own written guide, I have no idea how long it would take. I'd say like at least twice as long, so at least an hour to be making this. Also I need to just keep thinking on what would be the best method of transportation and stuff. After that I could just open the original footage. So the original footage on YouTube is 33 minutes. Now let's see how long this is. Let's see here. 50 minutes. So I've deleted at least 17 minutes of footage, and that should be average. Averagely I delete like 25 to 35% of all the footage, and that is just because of my terrible English or just sentence forming. And then editing itself, that should take approximately, I think, 4 times as long as the original footage. So 51 minutes times 4, that is almost 4 hours of editing. So yeah, the written guide making is approximately 1 hour, then the recording is 1 hour, then the editing would be 4 times as long. So that's 2 hours plus 4, that's already 6 hours. And then the Photoshop, making the thumbnail, that is just nothing, that is like 10 minutes maybe, or half an hour. I don't really add it, so let's just say 6 hours for making a guide of 33 minutes. Next question, do you get laid a lot? No, I don't really like physical contact. Are you going to be doing current favor guides? No, and the main reason is if you would go to Google and you just do the current guides, current favor, and then here Andrew H, this guy has the best guides. I just can't make a better guide than this. I suggest you just go to this video. Now I was actually looking into it because I was planning on making a guide for Zia favors, but then I just checked out this video, and yeah, this guide is just better than any guide that I could make, so I suggest you to check out even Andrew's ultimate guide for 100% Zia favor. So, next question. Waarom geen questguides in het Nederlands of Belgisch? Omdat de Hollanders niet echt zo goed mijn Antwerps accent verstaan. Oh yeah, that's a little different question. Why did you want to make full quest guides videos? And why? I just made guides pretty much for myself, because I just kept making more and more guides and I just was kind of tired of reading written guides. So I just made pretty much the guides for myself, and that is the guides that I prefer to watch, where nothing is skipped and you just need to follow it step by step and there's no problems, because you're just following the guide that is in the video. So why? Because I prefer to having those guides. Next question, do you PK? No. Homo with me? Sure, no homo though. What is your favorite quest on old school Runescape? I don't have a favorite, to be honest, but the first one that comes to mind would be Tears of Gothics. Such an easy and short quest. Do you think Iron Man houses should be open for public so that Iron Man can have visitors? At the moment, yes, I don't really see a problem with that, except for the donation box that can be placed next to the house portal. That thing should be definitely closed, and aside from that, if there are any problems, those should be definitely fixed. But to be honest, I don't think it is that needed, right? Next question, what is your name? My name IRL is Glenn. What are you doing for school now? Currently I am studying audio-video technology as well as multimedia technology. What would you like to change to RuneScape? That's a quite controversial one, but I would like to delete Nightmare Zone. Okay, not Nightmare Zone itself, because the minigame itself is a good idea and it's quite fun, but just the rewards tab. And that is because Nightmare Zone is very good experience-wise, it is very AFK, and you make profit from it. I don't think those three should be together. You can still keep the ring imbues and all that other stuff as a reward, just the actual rewards tab. Because ever since the release of Nightmare Zone, the prices of snake grass, ripped spider eggs, buckets of sand and all the other stuff that is available in the rewards tab all got crashed. And if I would be able to delete that rewards tab, then the prices of that stuff would definitely go up, if not just a little bit. When did you start making guides? That would be in 2010. Why is your name Slayer Music 1? Is it because of the thrash metal bands? Yes and no. The reason why this YouTube channel is called Slayer Music is because of my first ever pure or one defense pure, and that name was Slayer Space Music. And why I've called that first pure Slayer Music is because of the thrash metal band, because that band is actually the first band that introduced me to the metal genre, and that must have been such a long time ago. I can't really remember. I was 14 or 15 when I first discovered metal via Linkin Park and Slayer and System of a Down. Do you do anything else other than questing in RuneScape? Well, I currently play on my 10 HP Iron Man. I also make some mediocre progress videos off that account. What is the most hated quest and why? Regicide. Definitely Regicide, because you have to pass through the Underground Pass twice. So Underground Pass and Regicide are just the most pain in the ass. Oh my god. What is your favorite Slayer task? I would say Bloodfells, because that is the most AFK one. Can you make a guide on the Barbarian Assault minigame? Now, I got asked for this quite a lot, but I don't think I'm the one to be making a guide about it, because I don't really know how to play that minigame as well. What do you think is the best in overall quest in RuneScape? The best quest? I actually have no idea, because I've never actually read the dialogue that the NPCs say. I just always skip through it. What quest do you think is most beneficial in RuneScape? The first thing that comes to mind would be Cook's Assistant, because that would unlock Recipe for Disaster, which will then unlock you Barrow's Gloves as well as the bank just underneath in the Lumbridge cellar. Now, what is the hardest guide to make other than Monkey Madness 2 and Morning's End Part 2? Never really thought about it. I think I would have to say Legends Quest, because I've always been a one defense pure, right? Ever since 2008 up until Iron Man mode came out in 2014. I've never completed or even started Legends Quest. And when I had to complete that quest for the first time, it was very difficult. I've even said it in the comment section of that video. My original footage was 1 hour longer than the original footage of the actual guide, so I've deleted like literally 50% of the guide because I've made so many mistakes and so many, oh my god, yes. Yeah, I would say Legends Quest. What is your favorite skill in RuneScape? I would say Herblore or an Iron Man, because it is so beneficial and it's also very hard to train it. So every level, every Herblore level that you get on an Iron Man is just so rewarding, just personally. Where are you from? I am from Belgium. This is a country between Netherlands, Germany, Luxembourg, France, and with a little bit of water between also the United Kingdom. What other games do you play? Now, not really that often anymore, but when I am bored, especially when I'm on a bus, tram, or on a plane, I would be playing Pokemon on one of my Nintendos. But currently I'm not even playing any Pokemon on the bus or tram because I'm reading some books at the moment. Besides from that, I have played a little bit of Halo 1 and 2 until the servers of Halo 2 got shut down a couple of years ago. Besides from that, the only game I would say I would be playing is Yu-Gi-Oh! But ever since Link Summoning I also haven't really been playing that, so I would say just RuneScape and that is it. Will you be playing with your subs? Well, do you mean in the other games or in RuneScape? In RuneScape you can just follow me if you find me, I don't really care. But as for the other games, as I said before, I don't really play many other games. I actually don't play any other games. If you would have an account on duelingbook.com or have the application DevPro or YGeoPro, then sure, we could duel with each other. Do your family and friends know about YouTube and your video contents? Yes, they do. Your profits at day in PVM? 0, I rarely do any PVM. Would you rather lose one of your fingers or lose all of your RuneScape accounts? That would depend on what finger, right? If it would be my left hand pinky or my right hand's index finger, that would be a huge difference, if you know what I mean. Now also this question isn't really for me because I just keep creating a lot of accounts. I don't really invest that much time as if someone is maxing, for example, onto one account, so I would probably go to lose all the RuneScape accounts. As a superpower, would you rather have 10 2-minute resets per day or influence one other person's dream per night? That would definitely being able to reset 2 minutes 10 times a day, dude. What would be the beneficial of just bugging someone's dream? When they wake up it's just all fuzzy anyway. When is the last time you've remembered a dream? So, favorite mini quests? I don't really know all of them, so I would say getting the Shadow Sword. How do you make all these quest guides at such a calm pace? That is just my character. I am very monotone, as I said before at the start of this Q&A. What are your interests besides RuneScape? That would be anime, manga and metal music. My favorite genres at the moment for the last couple of years would be folk metal, symphonic black and melodic death. Why should I not kill myself? That would be a waste of XP. When are you planning to do your next livestream? Livestreaming isn't really that comfortable for me, so whenever I feel like it. But I will be sure to let you know either via Twitter as well as making a short annotation video on YouTube. What do you think of Zia, and would you like more quests there? More quests? There are no quests at Zia at the moment, so yeah, I would like to have some quests there. What do you think of Zia? First, it is way too big for the amounts of teleports that we have. And that is all what I'm going to say about it. It is way too big and we have way too little teleports to get to that place. So no wonder people are continuously saying that it's still dead. It is not dead, it is just way too big, you can't see anyone because everyone is so spread out. I see that you have all the medium diary achievement guides complete. Do you plan on making hard elite diary guides? Originally no, but I just keep hearing this suggestion pretty much every day now, so eventually I think I will be making a hard and elite diary guides then. Grogs asks, how tall are you? I haven't measured myself for a couple of years now, but I should stay the same length, and that would be approximately 185 centimeters. What is your favorite and least favorite update of OSRS? My favorite would probably be Motherload Mine, because any update to that annoying skill is always good for me. And for least favorite, I can't really come up with anything. How old were you when you started playing RuneScape? That would be around the age of 13. What do you do when you're not on RS? Once again, that would be probably watching anime, reading manga, going to college, doing college work, or working as a trainee as a camera assistant. Are you ever going to visit the US? If so, why? I have no plans on visiting the US. Why? Because I prefer going to Japan. Maybe make it an annual thing or something. I love that country, I love that culture. So, hello, what are your favorite genre of music? That would be folk metal, melodic death metal and symphonic black metal. Do you currently have a guide for every quest in old school RS? Yes, I do. How long do you usually play RS per day? That really depends on what is going on in real life. On average, maybe 2 or 3 hours a day. Did you ever imagine that your outro, "Okay thanks bye," would be so iconic? It should seriously be a meme. Can we see a photo of what you look like IRL or via facecam? Sure, no problem. You just tune into any of my streams. My first stream, to celebrate me getting 10,000 subscribers, I have used a facecam. Now my second stream, I didn't have a facecam because then I've just used my new computer that I've just bought this year, and it does not have a webcam or a camera, so I couldn't do it. I don't really have a problem showing my IRL face. I need to buy a webcam first. Do you have a clan chat? A personal one? No. But the clan chat that I'm always in my videos, that would be Ironman CC without a space, and that requires you to be an Ironman with at least 1750 total to be allowed to enter. Well, anyone is allowed, but you're only allowed to talk when you are an Ironman with 1750 total or more. I've been a moderator in that clan for many years now. Personally would like to join a clan that isn't focused around me, that would just get me not really my thing. Tits or ass? Tits. Have you ever botted or real world traded? Be honest. Real world traded? No, because I don't even know how I would do that. And ever botted? Yes, and that would be auto clicker. Back in 2010 I would be standing in either a pest control bank or pest control boat, just auto alking when I was asleep. Besides from that, I've never bought it and I didn't like it at all. Like, I've been auto clicking on Ivy routes like one night, and all of a sudden I've got it from 95 to 96 woodcutting, but it doesn't feel like I achieved 96 woodcutting, so I actually wanted to be reverted back to 95 woodcutting so I could get it myself. Have you ever scammed someone in Runescape? Be honest. No, because ever since I've started playing Runescape I was pretty much an Ironman until the actual game mode came out. I like to play alone, and wanting other people's money or wealth or items never appealed to me. Do you hope you one day won't screw up East and West up? Yeah, I do hope so, but even to this day I just keep messing East and West up. What ARTS clients do you use? Currently I use OS Buddy. Why did you decide to make a 10 HP Ironman? Ironman, of course. I'm never going to be making anything else. I'm always going to be making Ironman accounts because that is the game mode that I love. I don't want to trade anyone ever again. And why a 10 HP restriction is because I've only made one 10 HP account, and that was back in 2009, which ended up terribly. I have gotten from 54 to 70 runecrafting making law runes, once they were actually quite good profit. I finally banked my 70 ranged. Was a complete noob back then. I've gathered all my cannonballs, I went to the ogres, I died and didn't make it back in time, so all my time and weeks spent runecrafting to get my 70 ranged, yeah, that was just gone, so I just quit that account immediately. What car do you drive? Seat Ibiza? What is your dream car? I don't have one. As long as it's comfortably gets me from point A to B and also quite fast, then anything will do. Do you listen to metal? Yes, I do. Do you like memes? Yes, I do. How many questscapes do you have? That would be 2. Do you think I am the only Brazilian that watches you? I have no freaking clue. I haven't checked my analytics. Do you ever plan on doing guides on scroll steps, know that there are plenty of them on YouTube currently. What is the best drop you ever had from stuff like crew scrolls and bosses? No, I honestly can't think of anything. The first thing that comes to mind was when the Elite Clue Scrolls were just released. I've gotten a Dragon Cane on Elite Clue Scroll number 1, and that was quite cool because I was pretty much the first one ever getting the Dragon Cane, although it is like 100k at the moment, but back then it was quite cool. But other than that, can't really come up with anything. Are you in this for the money, or do you just really like questing that much? It is no and no. Now, funny thing, not really that funny, I've actually never wanted any money from YouTube. I hated ads on YouTube so much that I do not want any ads on my videos. So I explicitly said to YouTube in the settings, I do not want any ads displayed on my videos. So that is probably the main reason why I never gotten any bigger on YouTube, because ever since the end of 2015, like 1.5 years ago, once I had something like still 4,000 subscribers or something, just for the fun of it, I would just turn the monetization on, and then all of a sudden, boom, from 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers to 28,000 in 1 year. So I don't really know, was that a coincidence? I just turned on monetization just for the hell of it, and all of a sudden I just gained 20,000 subscribers. And do you like questing that much? Not at all. That's why I make guides, to make them as easy as possible for when I'm doing them in the future, because I make so many new accounts. If you can add one more skill to the game, what would it be and why? Sailing had some potential, so I would say sailing. How long do you see yourself playing old school RuneScape? I have no idea. I've been playing for 10 years. I'm just going with the flow. Maybe another 10 years. I have no idea. Is there any other is there any other content guides that you could possibly release? For example, a minigame guides. Yes, I was thinking about doing minigame guides, also mini quest guides, because I don't think I've released every mini quest as a guide. Also, I have a couple of ideas that I could be making guides of, yes. What is the most fun thing to do on RuneScape? That would be account creation, in my opinion. Just keep making new account builds and just try to build your account to a good status. Now, if you play on a regular main account, an Ironman or an Ultimate Ironman, all 4 of those you have to play the game differently. Maybe not really that much, but you definitely have to play differently, and you need to do or train at different places, doing different stuff. And that is what makes it the most fun to do on RuneScape account creation. Have you ever been burnt out of RuneScape? Yes, I do. I sometimes I stop playing for like a week or 2 weeks and I just do something else. Most likely would be reading manga. How do you come up with the legendary K thanks bye? Do you ever plan on maxing your 10 hit points account? No. I never plan on maxing any account. I have never maxed an account. I can't max an account. The highest that I have ever gotten was on my main Ironman. I have just gotten base 80 stats. I've gotten a quest cape and achievement diary cape. Don't even think I've gotten the achievement diary cape. I've just completed all the hard diaries because getting the elites, the skill requirements was just way too much. I just got bored once I've reached level 80 and I just started new accounts and tried to get base 80 stats on just another account. Will you be remaking your quest guides in speedrun-esque fashion? To be honest, I've been wanting to remake my quest guides ever since I've gotten this new microphone. Every quest guide that does not use this newer microphone, I want to be remaking it. Before you made quest guide videos, how did you yourself do quests? RuneHQ, just reading it. How many languages do you speak and why? First, my native language is Dutch. Then the second language that I've ever gotten to learn was at the age of 10 would be French. That is because I live in Belgium and the second half of our country speaks French, so we have to learn it from the age of 10. Then my third language would be English, which officially I've started learning in school from the age of 14. But I've learned a little bit from it earlier by playing Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! The card game, as well as RuneScape from the age of 13. Then the fourth language would be just an introduction to German. Learn it in school because Belgium and Germany are trading quite a bit. So German is quite good to know if you're going into the trading business. And then lastly would also be an introduction of Japanese. And why is because I'd like to go to Japan every so often. And I'd like to know the language of the country where I'd like or love to go. How can you get so dedicated to this game after so many years? New game modes, dude. Ironman modes, Ultimate Ironman mode, Hardcore Ironman modes. Just playing the game, but still differently. That is how I get dedicated. And even if you don't want to play those game modes, you can just make one out of your own, like restrict yourself with getting 10 HP. Favorite Pokemon game? That would be Fire Red. What other YouTubers do you like to watch? Well, if you would go to my channel and between the playlist and the discussion button there is the channels button. Usually people have this hidden, but I honestly don't care. You can check out all the channels that I have been or I am subscribed to. So here you can just browse through. Usually it is either science related, Runescape related, anime related, or yeah, metal related. Do you know any cool metal songs? Yes, way too many. Who is the best waifu? I'd say Inaba from Kokoro Connect. What would you do if you accidentally got 11 HP on your Ironman? Now there are some Ironmen that already have 11 HP on their 10 HP Ironman, and there are also a lot of pures calling themselves 1 defense although they have 2 defense. But I honestly don't know. I think I will be dropping the account because I have failed my goal. Not going to be training hit points of course, but I think I'm just going to be stopping the account and making a new one. What is your favorite type of food in-game and IRL? IRL that would be macaroni and cheese, and for in-game that would be monkfish. How long have you been playing old school RuneScape for when you finished your first Questscape? That must have been like 1 year after I've created my regular Ironman. That was my first ever Questscape. Lol. Do you like to party? No, it is very exhausting. When did you start making videos? That would be back in 2010. That is when I've made my first quest guide. Slayer, what do you do when you feel down? I watch anime or read manga. Do you have AGF? No. I know you're Belgian, but your accent is not really Belgian-like, so I wonder what your origin is. My origin is Belgian, my mother is Belgian, my father is Belgian, my grandparents are Belgians. Sorry that my accent is quite weird. And I've reached the top. These were all the questions. Thank you for everyone asking all of these questions. It was quite fun to answer these. Can you say key thanks bye? No.